Shalom, shalom. Once again, this is Officer IZR, Sakari Long Beach, LBC, aka the Wolfpack. Back at it again. Another episode of the Couch Captivity Created. Y'all see the title. Y'all see the marquee down there, right? Y'all see the marquee at the bottom. Gotta endure through it all, man. No matter what. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna go through some scriptures. We're gonna go through some motivating stories out of our book about endurance and dedication, right? And faith. You feel me? We're gonna get into it. But hey, get them likes up, man. Let's get this room situated. Get the likes up. You know what I'm saying? Share it with your folks. Shout me out if you're in the room. You know what I'm saying? Let's get this thing started. We're gonna be right back. Shalom, family. See the room filling up. All praises to you. Hey, y'all see that title? Y'all see the title? You know what time it is. Couch Captivity Created. Another episode. Hey, the title is Gotta Endure Through It All. You feel me? And a special shout out to my sisters out there that be checking in consistently. I know y'all out there enduring. You know what I'm saying? As we all are. And through the spirit, right? Here go one of our most loyal, dedicated sisters. Always attending the couch, always participating, always supplying gracious support. We appreciate you, Sister Tanya. All praises. We're gonna get this thing started. You know what I'm saying? We got Sergeant Bazak Banyamyan, Bazak Baria Banyamyan in the house tonight, right? All praises. Don't know why I can't say Banyamyan. You feel me? Sergeant Bazak in the building. We're gonna bring up one of the war dogs today. It's gonna be a variety of a show. You feel me? All praises. We about to get this thing started, family. Hey, give me a shout out if you're in the chat. Let me know you're in the building. All praises. Once again, y'all by sharing our show. What the water, Sister Tanya. All praises. All praises. We in the building. You feel me? Let's get this thing started properly. All right. Let's kill the soundtrack. Let's kill the soundtrack and get this thing started properly. Once again, this is Officer IZR, Sakari Long Beach, Sakari LBC, aka the Wolfpack. Right. One more again with another episode of the Couch Captivity Created. Y'all see the title. Gotta endure through it all, right? Gotta endure through it all, because these is trying times, absolutely trying times. But we're gonna give y'all some motivation, some inspiration from our good book, right? Our history, our heritage. You feel me? We're gonna read some scripture that is gonna show you examples of extreme cases of endurance and patience and faith, right? Just a little motivation for y'all. So look, once again, we're gonna go back in the archives, and I'm gonna start it out with a video. It was let's see what number this was. It was Couch Captivity. Couch Captivity created Slovakia. Let me check my math here. Yeah, it was the Couch Captivity created number 38. Hey, that was in the early days, number 38, right? But the title is You Gotta Endure Through It All. And we're gonna get into that. We're gonna get into that, right? So let me pull that video up. Slovakia. Get that video pulled up. And we're gonna go into that. It's basically the highlight of the video, man, is a story about a mother who was faced with the choice of having each of her 7 sons tortured, maimed, and eventually killed, or the option was to forsake the Most High God. What do y'all think she chose? What do y'all think she chose? Let me do it. Let me make a poll in the chat. All right. Topic of the main story we're gonna go over tonight, this evening, is about a mother who was faced with the decision to either watch all 7 of her sons get tortured, maimed, and murdered, or stand her ground and refuse to forsake the Most High God. Throw a 1 up if you think she refused to forsake the Most High God. Throw up a 2 if you think she chose to protect her sons. Let me see where y'all at with it, right? Take a poll in the chat. Pause. Right? 1s and 2s. Got some peoples in here. Shalom, Donnell. All praises, King. Shalom. Hey, look, later on in the show, I'm gonna take some comments and some questions, comments, concerns, whatever, from the chat. So if you got questions, man, if you got some things noted down, I'll address it. You know what I'm saying? After we get through this show. You feel me? So stick with me. Right? I see y'all in the building, right? Ones, right? So y'all must know what time it is. You see what I'm saying? Y'all must know what time it is. So this is what we're gonna do. Let me pull up the time code here. Okay. We're gonna get right into it. We're gonna start, first of all, we're gonna start, some classic Sergeant Bazak Baria Banyanya. We're gonna start with him introducing the topic in class, and then we're gonna go right into the main story. You feel me? Let me find this time code. All right. Bet. 3854. All right, we get the proper time. And yeah, y'all sit back and enjoy. Sit back and enjoy some classic from the archives, right? Couch Captivity created. All right. It's back in the old days, back in the Compton days. Y'all gonna see the background. All right, here we go. Got that pulled up. Let me make that full screen for y'all.
This is the book of John, chapter 6, verse 27. Labor not for the meat which perisheth, but for that meat which endureth unto everlasting life. It's like, Labor not for the meat which perisheth, but for that meat which endureth unto everlasting life, which the Son of Man shall give unto you. For him hath God the Father sent. Read it again. Labor not for the meat which perisheth, but for that meat which endureth unto everlasting life. Yeah, man. Labor not for the meat that perisheth.
Hey, and real quick, if there's any problems with the sound, just let me know. Because we're about to get into some important topics here. I want to make sure y'all can hear this. So if it's a problem with the sound, throw up a 2 in the chat. Baba Kasha. Throw out.
Right? Labor not for the flesh, but for the meat which endureth unto everlasting life, right? That's going to always be there, right? Go ahead. Which the Son of Man shall give unto you, for him hath God the Father sent. That part, right? Now go to what I want. Yeah, 10 from the top. Because sometimes we gotta understand what that meat is, man. That's spiritual meat, man. This is the book of 1 Corinthians, chapter 10, from the top. Moreover, brethren, I would not that ye should be ignorant, how that all our fathers were under the cloud, and all passed through the sea. And all passed through the sea, right? This is Paul talking to the church of Corinth about how our fathers passed through the Red Sea. You understand? Talking to Israelites, that's who was there. Unless y'all gonna tell me the Greeks are Egyptians too. You know? It's not happening. Go ahead. And were all baptized unto Moses in the cloud and in the sea. Go ahead. And did all eat the same spiritual meat. And they all ate the same spiritual meat. Right? Go ahead. And did all drink the same spiritual drink. For they drank of that spiritual rock that followed them. And that rock was Christ. That part.
God, all praises. So look, just a quick introduction to the topic, talking about endurance and faith, right? And keeping your spirit in check. You see what I'm saying? These are the things that's required when something physically is impossible. Your spirit got to take over when something is physically impossible to achieve, right? So we're going to get into the main part of the story, right? The motivational part of the story for me. And I remember bright as day when I first heard this story at class, right? It was to say the least, it was shocking. And at the same time, very motivational. So let me move forward a bit and we're going to get right into it. All right. Here we go.
Second Maccabees chapter 7 from the top. This is the book of Second Maccabees chapter 7 and verse 1. It came to pass also that 7 brethren with their mother were taken and compelled by the king against the law to taste swine's flesh, and were tormented with scourges and whips. And was tormented with scourges and whips, right? Read it in the Good News Translation. This is the book of Second Maccabees, chapter 7 and verse 1 in the Good News Translation. On another occasion, a Jewish mother and her 7 sons were arrested. The king was having them beaten to force them to eat pork. He was having them beaten, the scourges, and the whips to force them to eat pork. Go ahead. Then one of the young men said, "What do you hope to gain by doing this? We would rather traditions of our ancestors. We would rather die than to abandon the traditions of our ancestors.
Hey, and look, I want y'all to understand the foundation that's being laid, right? Because we got to put this in perspective of how people's mentality is today, how Israel's mentality is today. It's so many of them Christians out there that will take scriptures out of context and try to, you know what I'm saying, justify the reason why they like abominations. Well, Christ said you can eat pork. It's what goes in the mouth that defiles a man. Man, you off base, bro. You way off base. You about to be caught out there with that mentality. Pay close attention to this story. This woman, her sons are being arrested for nothing more than remaining faithful to the Most High God. They're being arrested, and to make an example of them, the wicked Greek king wants to force them to eat pork or die. Pay attention to what these brothers are saying and pay attention to the mom's response. All right. I want y'all to really, really focus in on this. This is a key story. And if y'all have never read 2 Maccabees chapter 7, man, I highly recommend it, along with many other stories in the Maccabees, because it shows, you know what I'm saying, the epitome of our warrior spirit under the most trying of situations and times. All right. So let's get back to it.
Go ahead. Verse 2. But one of them that spake first said thus, what wouldest thou ask or learn of us? We are ready to die, rather than to transgress the laws of our fathers. Then the king, being in a rage, commanded pans and caldrons to be made hot, which forthwith being heated, he commanded to cut out the tongue of them that spake first, and to cut off the utmost parts of his body. The rest of his brethren and his mother looking on. Hold on.
Right. Dropping Jam said, one of my favorite stories in the Bible. I agree with you 100, King. Mine as well, man. You know, very motivational, very powerful. You see what I'm saying? Shalom, hard to be a Gad, right? Shalom, King.
You know, that was a practice where they would cut off your feet, cut off your hands, cut off your penis. You understand? That's what they did in America. All right. Go ahead. Verse 5. Now when he was thus maimed in all his members, he commanded him, being yet alive, to be brought to the fire, and to be fried in the pan. And as the vapor of the pan was for a good space dispersed, they exhorted one another with the mother to die manfully, saying thus. Read it in the Good News Translation. It just sounds so much like, just keep reading it in the translation. This is the book of 2 Maccabees, chapter 7 and verse 5 in the Good News Translation. After the young man had been reduced to a helpless mass of breathing flesh, the king gave orders for him. You know, you got stuff like that in America. I mean, you could look up photos and stuff like that. All right, go ahead. The king gave orders for him to be carried over and thrown into one of the pans. As a cloud of smoke steamed up from the pan, the brothers and their mother
encourage one another to die bravely, saying,
enduring. Right? Go ahead.
the Lord God is looking on and understands our suffering. Moses made this clear when he wrote a song condemning those who had abandoned the Lord.
So even through these hard times, they still trying to rock with the Most High. You understand? Go ahead.
He said, the Lord will have mercy on those who serve him. After the first brother had died in this way, the soldiers started amusing themselves with the second one by tearing the hair and skin from his head.
Read it again.
After the first brother had died in this way, the soldiers started amusing themselves with the second one by tearing the hair and skin from his head. Then they asked him, now, will you eat this pork, or do you want us to chop off your hands and feet one by one? He replied in his native language, I will never eat it.
Yeah. Go on.
So the soldiers tortured him, just as they had the first one. But with his dying breath, he cried out to the king, you butcher, you may kill us, but the King of the universe will raise us from the dead and give us eternal life.
Read it again.
He replied in his native language, I will never eat it. So the soldiers tortured him.
He said, I'll never eat that pork. So the soldiers are like, man, hey, let's torture him some more. Go ahead.
Just as they had the first one. But with his dying breath, he cried out to the king, you butcher, you may kill us, but the King of the universe will raise us from the dead and give us eternal life.
Go ahead.
Because we have obeyed his laws.
Right. That's a key part right there. That is a key part. The Most High God, right, will return the favor for us. He will recompense us and recompense those that have, you know what I'm saying, trespassed against us, done us wrong. They're gonna get their payback. But if you remain faithful and loyal and keep doing the will of the Most High God, your just reward is going to be due in the end. That's unenduring. That's undying faith right there. That's enduring through unimaginable pain, humiliation, torture, because the Most High God is more important to you above any and all things, even your own physical well-being. Because you know, if the Most High give you something, if he take it away, he can give it back 100-fold. Right? So let's keep watching this, man. This is an entire story that we just gonna let it run through. All right.
The soldiers
see, and y'all think it's only bacon. It's all right. It's all good. Nah, you gotta sit there. You gotta be like, hell no. Because I'm going to follow after the doings of my ancestors. That was in order. Go.
Verse 10. The soldiers began entertaining themselves with the third brother. When he was ordered to stick out his tongue, he quickly did so. Then he bravely held out his hand.
Take him. You understand?
And courageously said,
now how many y'all see brothers around nowadays that you think are really willing to go through it? As soon as somebody take a cigarette and burn somebody, man, it was Pookie them. You know what I'm saying? It was shocking around. You know, read that again, man. Like you gotta really sit there and be like, 7 brothers and their mother said, this how we gonna make move. This what we gonna do. And ain't nobody gonna be able to stop what we dealing with. We'll go to our deathbed enduring And go ahead.
The soldiers
In 2nd Maccabees chapter 7, but you have a good translation here. Verse what? Verse 2. Go ahead.
The soldiers began entertaining themselves with the third brother. When he was ordered to stick out his tongue, he quickly did so.
Go ahead.
Then he bravely held out his hands and courageously said, God gave these to me.
God gave me these hands. Go ahead.
But his laws being born to me than my hands.
Hey, I'm not saying that times ain't gonna be hard, man. I've been telling everybody, shit ain't easy. It's not easy. But it's when you give up that you've already lost the battle. It's when you say, I can't handle it, that's when you're done. You got these brothers that are watching their brothers be put to death, tortured and put to death. And brothers are not really being mindful of the fact that you're supposed to be the same person even to this day. I know it's difficult to walk into a restaurant and you might order some Brussels sprouts and they got bacon on the Brussels sprouts. Like, my nigga, where did y'all do that? Who does that? You know, Assad was mad at me. You know, I'm gonna speak on it. You know, he's in Miami and he got some fried rice from Benjamin. They got the pork fattening. Yeah, man, that's how we do our peas and rice, man. You know, that's how it is. But that's how messed up it is. To the point where you might not eat pork, but guess what? Now they got it in all your candies, all your marshmallows, all your jellos, all your gelatins, all that stuff to keep you going off. It's not like Scripture say, be not ignorant of any matter, great or small. Be not ignorant. To be ignorant means to not know.
Salaki, I just saw a message that says no sound. No sound. Throw some twos up if the sound went out for y'all. All right? Let me make sure we got the sound on because this is an important part of the video. All right? Cali Valley said he can hear. Okay. I'm getting some positives. Check your connection, Gamal. Check your connection. All right? We're going to get back into it.
Be not ignorant of any matter, great or small. So we have to be aware of the things that they're doing. Because, hey, just because you didn't know you was breaking the law, don't mean you won't be judged by it. Go ahead.
Then he bravely held out his hands and courageously said, God gave these to me, but his laws mean more to me than my hand.
Go ahead.
And I know God will give them back to me again. The king and those with him were amazed at his courage and at his willingness to suffer.
And his willingness to suffer. Go ahead.
After he had died,
you got to suffer persecution. Ain't it? Man, hold that. Revelation 2 and 10. I don't think y'all get it. Y'all want to give up today. You got so much more stuff we got to focus on later on. This is just the beginning. You don't give up now. Go ahead.
This is the book of Revelation, chapter 2 and verse 10.
Yeah, that's my reader. It said Revelation. There ain't no S on there. Y'all don't know nothing about that. Go ahead. Go ahead, killer.
Fear none of those things which thou shalt suffer.
Fear none of those things which you shall suffer. Because what? You will suffer. Go ahead.
Behold, the devil shall cast some of you into prison.
Some of us will be in prison, man. Some of us will be in prison. Imprisoned. Go ahead.
That ye may be tried.
That we may be tried. When you go into trying, it means to be proved. You understand? When it says to prove a friend, it says it means to try that person. Right? You ain't gonna vibe with somebody that you tried and you realize that they're not gonna be about this life. You're gonna have to keep them at a distance. Go ahead.
And ye shall have tribulation 10 days. Be thou faithful unto death.
Be thou faithful unto death. Listen, man. They got that from 2nd Maccabees chapter 7. Be faithful unto death. Get back to 2nd Maccabees 7.
And I will give thee a crown of life.
And he will give us a crown of life. Go ahead.
This is the book of 2nd Maccabees chapter 7 and verse 13 in the Good News translation. After he had died, the soldiers tortured the fourth one in the same cruel way. But his final words were, I am glad to die at your hands, because we have the assurance that God will raise us from death.
See, we always knew about resurrection. We always knew about regeneration. Everybody else don't have to believe us. Everybody else don't have to understand it. But we understood it. Even from then. You understand, Maccabees is a history book. This is stuff that happened. You understand? This is recorded in more than one place. You're just reading it from our perspective. The Israelites that endured during that time. Go ahead.
Because we have the assurance that God will raise us from death. But there will be no resurrection to life for you and to Yoshis.
Hey, listen. And they said to that heathen, there will be no resurrection of life unto you. Go ahead.
When the soldiers took the fifth boy and began torturing him, he looked the king squarely in the eye and said, you have the power to do whatever you want with us.
You have the power to do whatever you want with us, right? Go ahead.
Even though you also are mortal.
Even though you also are mortal. You got the power to do whatever you want, man. Biden got the power to do whatever you want. Trump last year had the power to do whatever you want. Listen, stupid. You get a Secret Service come in here and take all our black asses to jail. What y'all gonna do? Nothing. That's what I'm saying. We ain't got no might in our hand. We ain't got no power. We ending up in jail. Go ahead.
But do not think that God has abandoned our people.
But that's what our response is to the hell we catch. Don't think that the Most High has abandoned his people. We could be looking our enemies square in the eye, cuffs on. You understand? The Quam should have said this to David Lynn. Standing there with cuffs on. Read it.
Just wait. God will use his great power to torture you and your descendants.
That's what the Most High gonna do. Go ahead.
Then the soldiers took the sixth boy, and just before he died, he said, make no mistake, we are suffering what we deserve.
Hey, make no mistake. We as Israelites are suffering what we deserve. We deserve this. We've been backsliding. We've been moonwalking. Go ahead, read.
Make no mistake, we are suffering what we deserve. Because we have sinned against our God.
That's why we go through what we go through. That's why we get help. Because we have sinned against our power. Go ahead.
That's why all these terrible things are happening to us. But don't think for a minute that you will avoid being punished for fighting against God.
Hey, because he ain't fighting us. He's fighting the Most High. A few of y'all have children, right? By a show of hands, how many of y'all have a son? You brothers that got a son, right? If somebody touch your son, don't you feel like they touching you? Somebody hurt your son, don't you feel like you got to get back? Okay. So they're not fighting against us. They're fighting the Most High. We the apple of his eye. When he see us, he see himself. Right? So we have to be mindful of that. Go ahead, finish reading.
Verse 20. The mother was the most amazing one of them all. And she deserves a special place in our memory.
This is us writing this. Go ahead.
Although she saw her 7 sons die in a single day.
She lost all her kids. Go ahead.
She endured it with great courage because she trusted in the Lord.
See, which we got to endure with great courage because we trust in the Lord. We don't give up. We don't give in. Read that part again. We do what? 20.
The mother was the most amazing one of them all, and she deserves a special place in our memory. Although she saw her 7 sons die in a single day, she endured it with great courage because she trusted in the Lord.
Go ahead.
She combined womanly emotion with manly courage.
Because we're supposed to be strong. We're supposed to be courageous. That's who we are as men. She just so happened to see, she just knew that in order for her sons to endure that, she had to make sure she endured. I got one child. I couldn't imagine people torturing him, and I got to sit there and watch that. Everybody remember Paid in Full, right? They chirped the beat. Yeah, chirped them. Cause nobody told me, man. Chirped the beat. You know, and that was his brother. That wasn't his son. That was his brother. His brother that looked up to him. All based on true stuff. They say when they first got the heir, they knew this kid was gonna be dead. He was 10 years old, kidnapped by his uncle and murdered, trying to get drug money from his nephew. Money that nigga didn't earn. Might I add. I watched all the stuff that did happen. The movie was cool, but once you watch a movie about some real stuff, that's when you go into the real stuff. Where we at? Go ahead.
She combined womanly emotion with manly courage and spoke words of encouragement to each of her sons in their native language.
Come on, man. She was speaking Hebrew to these brothers. And I'm pretty sure she was putting up curses too. You know what I'm saying? Baba Basha, Baba Basha, Baba Basha. You know? Go ahead.
I do not know how your life began in my womb. She would say. I was not the one who gave you life and breath and put together each part of your body.
She was the one that did it. It was the Most High's work. Right? But it's a family matters? Nah. It's a grand design. Yeah. Listen. Oh. And it's so funny because I'm singing all the rest of it now in my head too. Which ain't got nothing to do with nothing else. But it's a grand design. Some people say it's even harder to find. But it must be so inside deep in the wall. It's all I see. Alright, go ahead. See, that is mess up when you see these things about a killer. You know what I'm saying? They just look at you and be like, "That was on a level 4 yard." You know what I'm saying? Who was singing it with catching body? Go ahead. Y'all need to come check out Long Beach, man. We with it. Go ahead.
She would say, I was not the one who gave you life and breath and put together each part of your body.
Go ahead.
It was God who did it.
It was the Most High that did it. Go ahead.
God who created the universe, the human race, and all that exists.
And all that exists.
He is merciful, and he will give you back life and breath again.
See? Generation, reincarnation. You're going to be given breath and life again. You will live again. Right? You got to endure until the end. I'm sure we've read 2 Maccabees 7 before. And the funny thing is, no matter when we probably was going over faith. Now we're going over endurance. Right? Never giving in. Never giving up. We got to cut the coward off us. We got to cut that scared. Hey, remember, man, the Most High say he didn't give you the spirit of fear, but of peace, sound mind, and love. I probably mixed them all up, but they in there. All 3 of them words are there. You understand? You just got to be mindful of that. Go ahead. Shalom, Mashpaka. You know what I'm saying? I can't tell who's all in the chat right now. I just want to say shalom to the family, man. Go ahead.
He is merciful, and he will give you back life and breath again. Because you love his laws.
Because you love his law. Go ahead. See? Go ahead.
More than you love yourself.
More than you love yourself. It ain't about me making myself happy. It's about making the Most High happy. Go ahead. 24 love.
Verse 24. Antiochus was sure that the mother was making fun of him. So he did his best to convince her youngest. So he did his best to convince her youngest son to abandon the traditions of his ancestors.
He tried. Why are you gonna go through this? You saw what happened to your 6 other brothers. You want to keep your hands, don't you? You know, hey, I can show you the world.
He promised not only to make the boy rich and famous, but to place him in a position of authority.
See? Hey, could be the next Joseph, boy. You know, you'll be in a great position, right? I put a crown on your head, some bras in your bed. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead.
And to give him the title, friend of the king. But the boy paid no attention to him. So Antiochus tried to persuade the boy's mother to talk him into saving his life. And much persuasion, she agreed to do so. Leaning over her son, she fooled the cruel tyrant by saying in her native language, "My son, have pity on me. Remember that I carried you in my womb for 9 months and nursed you for 3 years."
Read that again.
Remember that I carried you in my womb for 9 months and nursed you for 3 years.
Go ahead.
I have taken care of you and looked after all your needs up to the present day. So I urge you, my child, to look at the sky and earth. Consider everything you see there and realize that God made it all from nothing, just as he made the human race. Don't be afraid of this butcher.
Don't be afraid of the enemy, man. Go ahead.
Give up your life willingly.
You gotta give it up willingly. It ain't. What do you always trying to say, man? Peter, it's not time. Y'all ain't ready. It's not time. I don't care what they do. It's not time. It's not time. When that time comes, Most High willing, everybody that go out there to war have a spirit on them to come back with a bunch of crowns. But don't get it twisted. A lot of folks ain't ready. And they don't need to be ready. They need to work on themselves. So that when that day comes, they can be a part of that number. When the saints go marching in everybody else's house and in their backyard. When they come knocking on doors. Go ahead. That song was about us. When the saints go marching in. Oh Lord, I want to be a part of that number. What number? 144,000. And when the sun begins to shine, because of what? We stuck in darkness. So when that sun begins to shine, oh Lord, I want to be in that number. Man, I don't understand how everything revolves around y'all. I don't get it. We hold these truths to be self-evident. That all of Israel is created equal. That they are endowed by their Creator with certain unalienable rights. You have these rights, which among them are life. You have the right to live. As long as you're keeping them laws, statutes, and commandments, that's where you get your life from. Liberty. Right? And the pursuit of happiness. Nobody's telling you to be miserable. Life ain't supposed to be miserable. Eden is paradise. Look it up. The earth is supposed to be a place you enjoy. Not die from high blood pressure. Not be up all night through it from insomnia. Not diabetes, diabetes. You know what I'm saying? Sugar killing you. The sugar killer. But, hey, as long as we forsake the Most High and His program, like we say, ain't nobody bigger than the program. Ain't nobody bigger than the program. Where we at? Go ahead.
Verse 29. Don't be afraid of this butcher. Give up your life willingly and prove yourself worthy of your brothers.
Prove yourself worthy. Go ahead.
So that by God's mercy I may receive you back with them at the resurrection.
With them at the resurrection. Go ahead.
Before she could finish speaking, the boy said,
What the boy said?
King Antiochus, what are you waiting for?
What do you say, man? Hey, Kirk, what you waiting for? Go ahead.
I refuse to obey your orders.
That's why you read it, baby. That's why you read it, baby. Don't worry, he ain't here to break it down, y'all. He had to read it. I'm thinking that the whole time. It's like, 3-year-old just having full ball. Oh my gosh. How do you convince a 3-year-old to die boldly? You know what I mean? Scaring us on. Like the donkey.
Before she could finish speaking, the boy said, King Antiochus, what are you waiting for? I refuse to obey your orders. I only obey the commands and the law which Moses gave to our ancestors.
Go ahead.
You have thought up all kinds of cruel things to do to our people, but you won't escape the punishment.
But what?
But you won't escape the punishment.
So no matter what they do, man, they're not gonna escape the punishment. Go ahead.
That God has in store for you.
Uh-huh.
It is true that our living Lord is angry with us and is making us suffer because of our sins in order to correct and discipline us. But this will last only a short while, for we are still his servants and he will forgive us.
Go ahead.
But you are the cruelest and most disgusting thing that ever lived.
Go ahead.
So don't fool yourself with delusions of greatness.
Hey, the 3-year-old said this.
Hey,
Terrible tools.
Powerful 3-year-old.
Man. Oh, you said it was a babble, devil. Go ahead.
So don't fool yourself with delusions of greatness while you punish God's people.
While you punish God's people. He didn't say, man, go ahead.
There is no way.
Christians can't be a part of this stuff, man. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead.
There is no way for you to escape punishment at the hands of the Almighty and all-seeing God.
Go ahead.
My brothers suffered briefly because of your faithfulness.
Get over.
My brothers suffered briefly because of our faithfulness.
Our faithfulness. Not yours. Yeah, go ahead.
To God's covenant.
Uh-huh.
But now they have entered eternal life.
Now that they perished, they get to eternal life. Right? Go ahead.
But you will fall under God's judgment and be punished as you deserve for your arrogance.
Go ahead.
I now give up my body and my life for the laws of our ancestors.
How does this not motivate us? How does this not encourage us? Please.
Just as my brothers did.
No, hard times come and we say, funk it. Hard times come and we give up. Hard times come and we say we can't handle it. You can't be around me if you can't stand the fire, man. It just ain't gonna work. That's what I tell brothers, man. Everybody in this car. You understand? And everybody definitely ain't meant to be around me in Long Beach. And that's not to say that the brothers around me in Long Beach don't belong. I'm saying that before you decide to prospect or anything like that, just be mindful that the Most High expects a lot from you, but I expect more. You understand? Finish that up. All right.
Now I give up my body and my life for the laws of our ancestors, just as my brothers did. But I also beg God to show mercy to his people quickly and to torture you until you are forced to acknowledge that he alone is God. May my brothers and I be the last to suffer the anger of Almighty God, which he has justly brought upon our entire nation.
But everybody else is talking about, only a couple people got to get judged. Everybody ain't going to get judged together. Let me tell you something, man. These are curses, man. We went through this as a nation, as a body, as a family. Now, all of a sudden, after going into slavery as a family, they trying to tell you that all these other people can escape their judgment because one person is nice. Guess what? Daniel was a righteous man. Isaiah, all these brothers are in captivity. Ezra, Nehemiah. You understand? Yahweh Shai. Because believe it or not, when you got to flee your land so that you can be born and grow up a little bit, that's called slavery. That's called captivity. Because you're not running nothing. Come on, man. So we got to be mindful of these things. Go ahead. Finish it up.
Verse 39. These words of ridicule made Antiochus so furious that he had the boy tortured even more cruelly than his brothers.
Go ahead.
And so the boy died with absolute trust in the Lord. never unfaithful for a minute.
It's like Job, man. You don't give up, man. Go ahead.
Psalm chapter 116, verse 15.
A little louder.
For the Psalms chapter 116, verse 15. Precious in the sight of the Lord is the death of the saints.
Hey, precious in the sight of the Lord is the death of his saints. Y'all are the precious ones. Go ahead.
Verse 15 says, O Lord, truly I am thy servant. I am thy servant, and the son of thy handmaid. Thou hast loosed my bond.
God, thou hast loosed my bonds. Thou hast set us free. You understand? Precept?
But the Hebrews chapter 2, verse 10, as the day reads, it was only right that God creates and preserves all things to make Jesus perfect and suffer in order to bring many children to share his glory. For Jesus is the one who brings them to salvation.
God. So through Yahweh suffering is why we have an opportunity for salvation. You understand? All right. Let's get Matthew 10:22. Hold on. Did you finish that?
Verse 41. Last of all, the mother was put to death. But I have said enough about the Jews being tortured and being forced to eat the intestines of sacrificial animals.
Hold on. Are you talking about chitlins? That's what that is, right? But it's not talking about us. like yeah, right. Show me white folks that had to eat chitlins.
I'll never get never.
You see that pig booty? It just stank, huh? It stank. It was stank.
Hey, look, the good old days, right? The Compton days, you feel me? But look, I just had to let that ride. You know what I'm saying? That right there for me is a walk down memory lane. You know what I'm saying? I remember vividly that class because the story impacted me. You know what I'm saying? It was impactful. It left an indelible mark on my brain in terms of, man, you think you've gone through it? You think you've been through something? You know, me as a father, you know, I was already at the point back then where, hey, man, I'm about this truth. I'm about this truth. I'm about ready to die for this truth. Yeah, that's one level. But then I had to ask myself, man, how would I behave if someone brought my son in front of me and was slowly torturing him to death? That's a whole nother level. That made me think on a whole nother level, right? So look, get your mind right. We got to get our mind right so we can get our spirit right. We got to return to the way that was good, the old way, and get away from this, this conditioning that we're under in this oppression, in this captivity. You understand what I'm saying? Shalom. I see some more folks in the room. Shalom. Hey, we got a new soldier in Sakari, up there in Sakari, Cali Valley. Hey, shalom to the new soldier, Ramak. All praises, King. Shout out to you. Congratulations. But you know you done messed up, right? All praises. Look, speaking of Sakari, Cali Valley, the fact that a woman had the strength and courage make a lot of men look like, you know what I'm talking about? Mitches. You feel me? Hey, all praises. Hey, the chat is going off. You know what I want to do right now? I want to bring up my war dog, man. I want to hear some perspectives on this. And y'all get your perspectives ready in the chat. You know what I'm saying? Throw some questions in there if you got questions. Throw some comments. You know what I'm saying? If this story had an impact on you or affected you like it did me, to where I know I'll never forget this story. You know what I'm saying? Share your input with me. I'm gonna bring my war dog up. Shalom, King, you there?
Shalom, family.
All praises to a war dog, Quanayan, Bungad. You feel me? What's good with it, King?
Man, not much, man. Just harping on this powerful story, man. It really put a lot of things in perspective, bro. Like, people just don't understand.
Yeah, and just for some background, you know, we went over this video as a camp throughout the week, or you know, over the last few days, and kind of just refreshed our memory for those of us that was there, and for the newer soldiers. You know, it was a recap on some stuff from the archives. But our officer 5K Corrubia in the building, right? Speaking of the 5K in the building, make sure y'all like and share, family. Hey, and comment when this thing goes on the recorded version. All right. Let's get us in the algorithm out here, because it's a powerful story. We need to share this. All right. But just to lay the premise down, right? We all went and reviewed this story, and I asked some of the soldiers, you know, to share their what it meant to them and what stood out to them in this video. And I wanted to bring Quanayan up to kind of you know what I'm saying, express his thoughts. So the floor is yours, King.
Yeah, Khan, Tawada. Just like I'm sure that was Officer Karaz. Shout out to my guy. Just like his comment, man. We hear about and we read about so many powerful men that's inside the scriptures, and then we get, and there's multiple strong women throughout the scriptures too. But this is one of them ones where you have to look at yourself and everything that's going on. You know what I'm saying? Our people don't bat an eye to go buy that pork pizza. You know what I'm saying? They don't bat an eye to go buy that shrimp, crab, lobster. It's cool to them. It's the way of life. You feel me? That's the way they let it eat. And then you read a story like this, to where a mother was like, "Nah, we standing on business. We doing what the father said," and her sons to agree, every one of them, and to lose their life. You get what I'm saying? And she had to watch it all. It's like, come on, bro. How could you not give that same effort and put yourself and start putting yourself in that mind state to feel the same way? Just like you said earlier, like, you know, I ain't got no kids, but I got little brothers and sisters. So I imagine me like being the oldest, you get what I'm saying? It's like, dang, bro, like, what if if this was my brother and sisters going through this, you get what I'm saying? Because we all on the mindset of serving the Most High. That is a pretty brutal, gruesome scenery within itself. You get what I'm saying? Then the connection between that being your family is like, whoa. So when I hear this story every time, man, it really does something to my spirit, man. Like, it showed me I can do more. You feel me? I have to do more. I have to get stronger in the faith. You get what I'm saying? Like, this is one of them stories that really hit home for us brothers in this truth. Because it shows, man, that we really can do it. And not only that, we doing this for the Most High at the end of the day. You get what I'm saying? His will gonna forever be done. Whether it's, if you call it in your favor or not. You get what I'm saying? And I just look at myself, you know what I mean? Like, I just want to have that same, when it come my day, hopefully the Most High put that same spirit on me, like, so be it. You get what I'm saying? Because we come from the world, feel me? People come from various backgrounds. Some of us come from the streets. And I done been in situations with dudes, oh yeah, man, we ride for the hood, we gonna do this, we do that, I got you for life. But you done seen these same people, when it comes to certain situations, they fold up.
Right.
They run away from the activity. You get what I'm saying? So to see this mother to be like, you know what I mean? Nah, we doing this. And just know we got a reward coming at the end. Man, it's powerful, man. It really gets no more powerful than that.
It's the ultimate example of power, right? And look, that's why I wanted to give a shout out to the sisters on the cover. You see what I'm saying? Because this story was about a very powerful sister, and we know that there's nothing like a mother's love, right? So I can only imagine she had each one of them boys in her womb for 9 months and nursed them for 3 years apiece. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can only imagine the strength that it took to endure that, and then at the end, she gave her life, right?
Right.
Them the kind of sisters right there that we need raising these young men in Israel, because we got to get back to that mentality, man. We got to get back to the mentality. Look, hard to be gas said, my family don't F with me just off what they say, or like it just off what they eat and just speaking truth. People say it's the delivery, why it can't just be true. That's true, God. That's true. And that's what Sarge was alluding to about being in Long Beach. You see what I'm saying? About being in Long Beach, because Salakia, Sarge gonna tell you how it is.
Mm-hmm.
He ain't really gonna try to sugarcoat it, and that's how we gotta be like that. We gotta be like that because of our ministry. Kwanian is a prime example of, like you said, the brother grew up in a certain environment, and you know what I'm saying, had to be active in certain things. But what's that scripture we go to, Kwanian and Baruch 4?
Baruch 4:28, man.
Hey, talk about it.
When you go astray, come back to the Most High God 10 times harder. You know what I mean?
Hey, 10 times stronger, man. 10 times more fierce. 10 times more dedicated. You feel me? 10 times more dedicated. Because look, I've done some things in the world where I was out there pressing the issue. You feel me? I was out there putting in work in certain arenas. But then now being returned to the Lord, I'm like, man, if I gave all of that effort for that, what can I do for this?
Exactly.
You see what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So that's what we're searching for daily, man, is that extra ounce of gas in the tank when you think you want to eat. You know what I'm saying? When you think that you had all that you can bear to endure, when you think you hit the wall, you know what I'm saying? And that point in the marathon where your legs is about to give out, you think that's it. That's when spirit kicks in and you get what's called that second wind. You know what I'm saying? That second wind. But yeah, King, hey, the floor is yours for a minute, man. I wanted to bring up let's get some comments in here. I have 2 sons, 41 and 25. I started all over. Oh yeah, that's a good space between them. That's about what, 17 years between them. That's a good deal right there. You know what I'm saying? All praises. So look, Kwanian, I want to talk a little bit about a couple things that we had crackling over the weekend. You know what I'm saying? This past weekend.
Yes, sir.
Hey, we was in downtown LA, just you know what I'm saying? Little recon mission. Hey, give them a little preview on some of the things we might be bringing out, because I know especially some of the viewers had asked if we're gonna, you know, start doing some more content on Sundays, because we got a little bit of an earlier slot on Sundays, and it's an easier day for people to be up, you know what I'm saying, on the East Coast. So we already going out there trying to get some content for the Sunday show, you know what I'm saying. And Kwanian, what did you get out of this first little recon mission?
It was our first one, you know, so I didn't know what to really expect. You know, just being out there with my brothers, you know, that's for sure. Almost, that's, you know, that's powerful within itself. So when we go do this on Sundays, it was like it's really inspirational. You get what I'm saying? Because we go out there, it's a different form of setting than what we do on Saturdays. You know what I mean? We go out there, we ask them questions, try to understand our people a little more from their perspective and see why they think the way they think. And then we interject a little bit, but we don't do too much, because it's really about building a relationship between our people. You get what I'm saying? So to sort of have these certain conversations with our people, it puts in perspective for us at the new angles we have to come at when talking to our people. You get what I'm saying? So
Right.
off
Right.
rip, that was just, it was a perfect day for me. You know what I mean? Being with my brothers and then being able to edify, and because my way of teaching or the way I like to bring scriptures out or whatever, it's never to try to make you quit your whole life that you was living that day and then tomorrow. My whole thing is to plant that seed, man, and let the
Mm-hmm.
Most High water it and sprout into a beautiful plant from there.
Hey, the Most
I
High
just
yield
want
the
to,
increase. Yeah.
yeah, I just want to be the one that make you think differently than the way you have always been taught to think or the way you just been thinking. You get what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
having those conversations out there with our people, and then it's just a beautiful thing, man. So we got some great
Right.
content coming for you guys, man. Please be on the lookout. You know, my boy Lakai, our other war dog, Shalom King. He on
Mm-hmm.
the he's the interviewer, you know what I mean? That boy good with them
Hey,
questions, man.
he
I
got some
try to
talent,
tell
right?
you.
He got some talent.
That boy
You know what I'm
good with
saying?
them questions, man.
He got some talent. You know what I'm talking about?
Right.
Yeah.
But I think y'all gonna enjoy this newer content we got coming for y'all. We gonna keep it still the same. You still gonna get the couch captivity and our camp videos, but I think y'all start liking this new set of content we got coming for you guys too, because the
Absolutely.
ones that's here, you either have taken the steps to be on your path to back to the Most High God, or you're in the midst of taking those steps. So we just want to show you another angle of what's going on, so you can look at, be like, dang, I used to think like that, or
Right.
that's a crazy way of thinking. Now that you get what I'm saying, you get to look at it from an outside view than yourself, because for the
Right. Right.
most part, all our people is believing in the same doctrine that's being taught and lied to us. You get what I'm saying? It's a passed down thing from our oppressors. You get what I'm saying? So most of us come from that background of thinking, but now it's just coming to a point where we really have to be like, hold on, question everything. You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And to
Mm-hmm.
go off what you said earlier, King, I remember when we was just in Vegas, right? And we was teaching that camp, and people didn't like the things we was saying. So SARS got on the mic, and he was like, he basically in a nutshell said, it's crazy how our people are just want to be so gangsters and thugged out and etc. But as soon as the men of the Lord get to coming up here and telling you the way it is, and not saying it in a hey, how you doing, darling type of way,
Right.
it's like, hey, we tripping. But
Right.
then we got these songs and these people on the internet where it's nothing but negativity being said in their everyday speech. You get what I'm saying?
Extreme negativity.
Literally, like y'all
Yeah.
don't. It's funny how they question the like when we speaking the truth, they question the trajectory of it. Oh, why you gotta say it like that? Why you
Right.
attract you get more bees like this? But when
Right.
when it's shoe on y'all foot, y'all don't talk like that.
Hey, we meeting them where they at. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
They talk about, well, it's your delivery and whoopie whoop. Nah, y'all want to hear smooth things. You feel me?
Exactly. And
Hey,
it's crazy to me.
it's like it came real quick. Shout out to the other war dog for LBC Lacob, Malakwa. Like Quaniana is saying, bro, we going out, we collecting some material and trying out some different things, man, to give y'all a fresh perspective, a fresh look. And I got my young guns on the case, right? Because they know what's good. You feel me? They know what this generation really want to hear. And it's a real intelligent approach that Quaniana is talking about, because what we did Sunday is these brothers went out and they just asked questions and did a lot of listening, right? And it's gonna be good, man. It's gonna be good content. We got some talented brothers, you know what I'm saying? And I can't wait to bring it out. But yeah, King, I just wanted to shout out the other war dog real quick.
For sure, for sure. And all praise to the Most High for having you and Gamal, man, because y'all help our vision come true as we helped y'all vision come true. You get what I'm
Con,
saying? So you feel me? And it's all through the Most High God, Yahweh. You get what I'm saying? So
Absolutely.
I'm very thankful for it.
Hey,
Like
I'm
I'm
thankful.
already. It's what, Wednesday. I'm
Yeah.
already looking forward to Saturday and Sunday already. You
Right.
get what I'm
Right.
saying? Like
Right.
these is literally all the days I live for. Like, man, I suffer through the week just to get to the weekend basically, and bond and bond with my brothers, try to bond with my people, but just teaching and getting that word out there, man. Like, there's no better feeling, man.
All
I don't
praise.
care what nobody say.
All praises, King. That's beautiful, man. Look, the feeling is mutual, King. Y'all brothers inspire me. You know what I'm saying? And also give me hope that, hey, your efforts ain't going in vain. You feel me?
Right,
I actually get to see the living example of what it is that's my life's work. You know what I'm saying? It's trying to be there for my people. So it's all praises to the Most High God. You know what I mean? Hey, the chat going crazy, bro. Check it out. Hey, Cali Valley, Israelite
Hey, it's the
interview.
wave, man.
The wave, right? It's the wave. I know they got some interviews out there in Cali Valley, right? You know what I'm
It's the
talking about? Officer
wave.
Ron's out there doing this thing, man. And like I said, shout out once again to Sakari Cali Valley, a brand new soldier. You know what I'm saying? Brand new soldier for Cali Valley. All praises.
Yeah,
Soldier
shout
Ramon.
out to Corey Valley, man.
Yeah,
Listen,
man.
y'all doing y'all thing up there, man. I love my Tulare brothers, bro.
No doubt, no doubt. Hey,
I love
look,
my brothers.
shout out to the brother, hard to be Gad. You know what I'm saying? Hey, look,
Seven tried.
we for sure gonna do that. Hey, your fellow Gadite, you feel me? We for sure
Oh
gonna keep it.
man, I have a thought to you too, Malak. Yeah, for sure, man. God in the building, man. 7.
Hey, we gonna stay in the rotation, man. We gonna, you know what I'm saying? We gonna stay active. You feel me?
Talk
All
about
praises. Yeah, yes, sir. Yes, sir. Shalom to my Ak Tarai, man. Look, hey Tarai, we got to get that messenger situated, but all praises, glad to see you in class, King. We're gonna link up and get that situated, right? And there's a lot of things going on. You know what I'm saying? A lot of things going on. 5K Gamal in the building. He was with us Sunday. It was fun, man. It was a good deal. You know, and we're gonna bring it all together. And then also we're gonna you know, we're gonna continue going back into the archives on Sundays, reviewing some of the old gems. You see what I'm saying? Because there's some gems in there that Sarge has put down. Mind you, let me remind y'all what episode this is. Peep the game. Episode 155. You see what I'm saying? Episode 155. The one we just reviewed was episode 38. You feel me? Y'all can do the math, man. Hey, shout out to young Simba, the young king in the building, in here roaring. Hey, keep that $2 drive alive, King. Ahabathar Malak, young Simba. Y'all about sharing Shabakathar what the water, King. All praises, right? You see what I'm saying? Y'all see the title though, right? Endure through it all. A beautiful story. You see what I'm saying? A beautiful story about a woman who is the exemplary, right? The epitome of endurance, faith, diligence. You see what I'm saying? And loyalty to the Most High God, refusing to break his laws. Right? There is no better example that I could find of a woman just giving everything in the Bible, and that, you know, that has always been inspirational to me. And Lord willing, y'all found some inspiration for that. You know what I'm saying? What I like to do, man, if it be in the Most High will, right? Let me bring my war dog back up. If it be in the Most High will, I'm gonna see if Sarge is available real quick, because that was one of the classics, man. That was one of the classics. And if he could just, if y'all could hear from the author, you know what I'm saying, that might just put the last little exclamation mark on it. You feel me? Because I don't even know if Sarge has watched that since he done that class, but that for me has to be one of the most impactful classes that I've been in, you know. And like Kamal said, look, right now is the time is for the chat to be interactive, right? I want to hear from the chat. If you got any questions, if you just got comments, or if you want clarification on something, hit us up right now. You know what I'm saying? Hit us up right now. this is that time. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But what I can do right now, though, I got a couple little precepts, a couple little scriptures that I also wanted to kind of isolate that was in the video. Matter of fact, I want to go back to a couple of them, right? Let's see here. Okay. I want to go back to one that we started out with in John 6. You see what I'm saying? John chapter 6. Salakia. Let me pull that up. Salakia. I'm going to get John 6 and we're going to read 27. All right. It's the book of John, chapter 6, and verse 27. It says, labor not for the meat which perisheth, but for the meat which endureth unto everlasting life, which the Son of Man shall give unto you. For him hath God the Father sealed, right? Now, we gotta deconstruct that a little bit, because what is Christ talking about when he say, you know, labor not for the meat that perisheth? You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
There's synonyms or there's metaphors or whatever you want to call it for bread and meat and this and that and the other, right? But if we look at the actual word, let's look at the word in Greek, right? The word for meat. You know, I like to do my vocabulary, right? It says, labor not for the meat that perisheth. Okay. Let's look at that word. G1035. Brosis. Right? Brosis. And it says, act of eating, in a wider sense, corrosion, that which is eaten, food, aliment of the soul's food, right? Here's the context. Of the soul's food, either which refreshes the soul or nourishes and supports it. Now, we know, you know, we like to call certain dishes in this country soul food, right? But what is that? What is that actual spiritual soul food? You know what I'm saying? What is that? What does that consist of? And the first thing that will come to mind for me is what feeds my soul is these laws, statutes, and commandments.
That's
because
right.
It's the perfect guiding light. It's that oil for the lamp. You see what I'm saying? These law, statutes, and commandments is food for the soul, because if you keep them, you get life. You win. See what I'm saying?
I got a precept for that.
What you got, King?
Matthew. It's the book of Matthew, chapter 4, and verse 4.
Let me pull it up. And perfect. That's a perfect one, right? Christ's first quote in the New Testament. Right? So let me pull that scripture up and then you bring it up. All right, go ahead, King.
This is the book of Matthew, chapter 4, and verse 4. But he answered and said, it is written, man shall not live by bread alone, but by every word that proceedeth out of the mouth of God.
Right? Perfect precept. Because look, man shall not live by bread alone, but by every word that proceeded out of the mouth of God. And what proceeds out of the mouth of God? Thus said the Lord. It's the law and the prophets.
That's
you know
right.
what I'm saying? It's the commandments, the law, statutes, and commandments that we was given. And it's the prophets reiterating what the Most High God commanded us to do and reminding us of the penalty for not doing it, right? Mm-hmm. So all praises, beautiful, beautiful scripture. And just out of curiosity, man, I want to see how sharp the chat is. Where is Christ quoting from when he quoted Matthew 4:4? Little Bible trivia. See how sharp the chat is. Soldiers, y'all hold off first. Let's let our guests, right, get a chance first to answer, because I know my soldiers better know. See what I'm saying? We've been over that enough. But Matthew 4:4, Christ said, But he answered and said, it is written, meaning it is written, meaning it's written somewhere, right? Man shall not live by bread alone, but by every word that proceeded out of the mouth of God. Where is Christ quoting this from? Bible trivia for the chat. I'm gonna give y'all a minute or two. And while I'm doing that, I'm gonna go ahead and pull up the verse.
Talk about it.
Let's see who got it, right? Let's see who's quick with the sword. All right, see who's quick with the sword. Give y'all about 30 seconds. You know what I'm saying? As a matter of fact, hey, Cornell, trivia time, right? Hold on, let me make sure I don't got the answer on the screen.
Nah, you good.
Right? Make sure I don't got the answer on the screen. We'll pull up the title, you feel me? And then we're gonna let the music play for a few seconds, and then we're gonna give people a chance. Get your thoughts, your questions, your comments, concerns. The question of the moment: where was Christ quoting from when he said what he said in Matthew 4:4? Man shall not live by bread alone, but by every word that proceeded out of the mouth of God. Where did Christ quote that from? That's the trivia. I'm gonna let this rock for about a minute. You feel me? And we have a winner.
All praises.
And couldn't it be more pertinent that our sister Tanya is the first one, you know what I'm saying, to hit the mark, right? She's the quickest draw in the room tonight. All praises, because the whole story was about powerful sister, about a powerful sister, right?
Right.
It couldn't be more pertinent through the spirit, right? Let's get back to it. All right. So look, Sister Tanya said, Deuteronomy 8:3. Sis, you are right. Let's bring that out. You know what I'm saying? Let's bring that out. Deuteronomy 8:3. And it reads, Salakia. Take this comment off. Deuteronomy chapter 8, verse 3. It says, and he humbled thee and suffered thee to hunger and fed thee with manna, which thou knewest not, neither did thy fathers know, that he might take thee, Salakia, that he might make thee know that man doth not live by bread only, but by every word that proceeded out of the mouth of the Lord doth man live. All praises, sis. Hey, she was on the mark there.
All praises.
She got that one. And look, we was just in what? John 6, right? We just went to John 6. Now let me show you how the Bible works. Feel me? Let's show brothers how the Bible works. So we was just in John 6. And show you how all this stuff ties together. Right? Okay. Where is it? It's in John 6. Right. Okay. So let me get the context, right? So as y'all know, we was just in John 6, right? And Christ was quoting Deuteronomy 8. You feel me? He's quoting Deuteronomy 8. And then we're going to go a little further in John 6 to let folks know, you know what I'm saying, Christ elaborating on this. Just show you how this word works. You feel me? All right. So we know we just read John 6 and what was it, 27?
Yeah, come.
Right? Labor not for the meat which perisheth. Let's drop down a little bit into the 40s. Maybe we'll start at 41 with the context. This is John chapter 6, verse 41. The Jews then murmured at him because he said, I am the bread which came down from heaven. And they said, is not this Jesus, the son of Joseph, whose father and mother we know? How is it then that he said, I came down from heaven? Jesus therefore answered and said unto them, murmur not among yourselves. No man can come to me except the Father which sent me draw him, and I will raise him up at the last day. It is written in the prophets, and they shall be all taught of God. Every man, therefore, that hath heard and have learned of the Father cometh unto me. Right? It says, not that any man hath seen the Father, save he which is of God, he has seen the Father. Verily, verily, I say unto you, he that believeth on me hath everlasting life. I am that bread of life, right? And it says here again, it reiterates, your fathers did eat manna in the wilderness and are dead. This is the bread which cometh down from heaven, that a man may eat thereof and not die, right? That's that spiritual bread, that spiritual meat. I am the living bread which came down from heaven. If any man eat of this bread, he shall live forever. And the bread that I will give is my flesh, which I will give for the life of the world. And we know that's the world of Israel, right? Now, let's look at one more little bit of you know what I'm saying? Vocabulary. Bread, artos, right? So to show you how all this ties together. All right.
Put it on the screen, Shatar. Salakia.
Salakia. I'm sitting here reading. It ain't even on the screen. It ain't even on the screen, right? So y'all heard that part of the story. Y'all can go back, read John 6. It's in there. So Yahushua is not only quoting Deuteronomy 8, where it's talking about man shall not live by bread alone, but he's likening himself to the manna that fell from heaven, that sustenance, that salvation that was given to the hungry Israelites in the desert, right? That's what you call a Christophany, Christ in the spirit, right? With us in the wilderness. He's letting us know that in John 6. And we talked about the spiritual meat, and then Christ switched it up. He says, I am that bread, right? So let's look at the word bread, what that can mean in the Hebrew. It says, food composed of flour mixed with water and baked. Okay, right? Israelites made it from an oblong round cake. Okay. Loaves, the bread used at the love feast and at the Lord's table. And then look, food of any kind. You see what I'm saying? It's contextual. Sometimes bread is synonymous with meat. Sometimes meat is synonymous with bread. That's what you call, you know what I'm saying, actually understanding what brothers is talking about. See what I'm saying? Actually understanding what's talking about. And so when you're talking about the food, the meat for the spirit, the soul food, right? That was the actual word used, right? Soul food. That's these law, statutes, and commandments. You see what I'm saying?
Not
So
that
look,
pork they cook at your granny's house on Sunday.
that ain't the soul food we talking about, right?
Talk about it.
It's a whole different soul food. It ain't them hog maws. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
He crazy.
It ain't none of that, right?
Oh,
Hog
he
maws,
crazy, man.
chitlins. And look, that's what's crazy is the story. They was talking about chitlins. They was trying to feed us chitlins. You feel me? The intestines. Man, that's disgusting. And like the brother was saying, man, I was never with the chitlins, man.
Yeah.
I was never with the chitlins.
Even when I was wicked, that's not something I was rocking with.
Not at all. And look, what's crazy is back in the day, you know what I'm saying? In the hood, you knew when somebody was cooking chitlins because the whole hood stunk. You know what I'm saying? You like, man, they in there cooking chitlins, man. It's stinking up the whole block. I don't know how they did it. I don't know how they lived in the house.
If you was like me, as soon as you saw them red and white containers, I'm out of here.
Man,
I
right?
don't
That
know
little bucket, that little red and white bucket.
Yeah, man. I'm out.
Up out of here. You know what I'm saying? But look, we at the hour and a half mark. I'm gonna give the people one more minute. You know what I'm saying? If I see some questions, comments, concerns, right? Because I want to make sure that, you know what I mean, we are of service in here. If I missed any questions in the chat, please remind me. Or if you got any new questions, this is your time. Kwanian, we're gonna take another minute, and as well, just get your thoughts together for a parting shot. And Lord willing, I can get a hold of Sarge. I know he was in the middle of something, but if we can get a hold of him in the next minute or so, we'll get him to put a stamp on this thing and shout us out. You know what I'm saying? I think that'll be a excellent crescendo to this powerful review. You know what I'm saying? So we're gonna go right back to it, right? Let me get this, pull this banner up, right? We're gonna get back to a beat. All right. So look, this is your time. Get your questions, comments, concerns together, and I want to hear from you. All right, we got a question from Sister Tanya. Is it bad to keep obituaries in your home, meaning holding on to them? That's a good question. It's a great question. Look, let me lower the volume on this a bit so we can address this. Right? Sister Tanya says, is it bad to keep obituaries in your home, meaning holding on to them? And you know, and correct me if I'm mistaken, sis, but when you say obituaries, I'm assuming you're talking about, you know, the things they put in the newspaper, you know, a little paragraph or such about your peeps, or maybe the program from the funeral. You know what I'm saying? This is my take on it. There's nothing wrong with keeping a memorial of your loved ones, right? Especially one of the great ones, because that tend to be the most memorable obituaries, right? One of the great ones that you want to remember. So it's a good thing to have a memorial of someone who left a lasting legacy on this earth, right? Especially a godly man or woman. So it's great to keep them in memory and let the generations that come remember that which was good. Remember the old, right? So it's nothing wrong with that. But now here's where I would draw the line. If you're still having a hard time getting over that loss, and it brings back painful memories and triggers certain things, then that is something to address, right? That is something to address, because I want to get a scripture. Bear with me here. Bear with me. I'm gonna get a scripture for this, sis. It's gonna be in Sirach 22, I believe. Okay, and we're just gonna read that scripture because I don't want to do the talking. I want the Bible to do the talking so that it's properly brought out. You feel me? And this is one that I go to on a regular. I believe it's verse 11. All right. We're going to get Sirach chapter 22, and I'm going to start at verse 11, right? And while I'm bringing it out, let me pause each. Right?
You want me to read or you got it?
I'll read it, King, and then we'll talk about it.
Okay, Con.
I'll read it. We'll talk about it. It's good. Sirach chapter 22.
Put up on the screen for him.
Yeah, I'm glad you said something because I'm over here tripping again, man. All right. All right, and let's get the comment out the way real quick. Fumbling and bumbling. All right. Here we go. Sirach chapter 22, and I'm gonna start at verse 11. It says, "Weep for the dead, for he hath lost the light, and weep for the fool, for he wanted understanding. Make little weeping for the dead, for he is at rest. But the life of the fool is worse than death." So let's break that down a little bit. All right. Let's parse this out. Because we got the dead who lost the light and the dead who is at rest. These are two different usages or two different applications of the word dead, right? One is a spiritual death, right? The valley of the dry bones, the valley of the shadow of death, the stuff we see weekly at camp when we're in the hood teaching and his brothers and sisters walking around like zombies, right? His brothers and sisters walking around still gang banging, you know what I'm saying? Smoking weed in the middle of the street, drinking OE, just gone, right? Those are the ones that have lost the light. You know, we see a gang of little youngsters just flagrant out there talking about they getting money and they really ain't doing nothing. They lost. They in the dark, right? Weep for that kind of dead, because what is life? These law, statutes, and commandments is life, and spiritually dead are those who don't keep them. They got no oil in the lamp, right?
Right.
So weep for the dead, for he had lost the light, and weep for the fool, for he wanted understanding. Now here's the distinction. Here's the context switch. It says, "Make little weeping for the dead, for he is at rest," right? We know when our loved ones go home, when they return, you know what I'm saying, up into the heavens, they are at rest. Their spirit is at rest, okay? But the life of the fool is worse than physical death. See what I'm saying? Because look, breaks it down. 7 days do men mourn for him that is dead, meaning him that is buried, physically dead, and the spirit has returned to the Father to rest, right? 7 days do men mourn for him that is dead, but for a fool and an ungodly man, all the days of his life. You see what I'm saying? So as long as we're not holding on to the pain and the the mourning that we supposed to mourn. It says 7 days. The word 7 in Hebrew really just means a time of completion. For some of us might be longer than others, but generally it's customary that we mourn for that week of the burial and then we move on, right? Not to say we forget about them. We can keep memorials of them, right? But we move on from the pain and we get into the celebration. You know, I don't know how the terminology is throughout the country, but back where I'm from, we call funerals homegoings.
Talk about it.
You know what I'm saying? We call them homegoings, and it's based on this concept, is that our spirit returned to the Father. So why would we be upset? And then if we really get back to the way of old, like that sister in the second Maccabees chapter 7, she like, I know the Most High is gonna bring us back.
Mm-hmm.
So I ain't tripping, but I want to be brought back as a person that stood righteously, and be brought back with the gift and the reward of serving the Most High God and doing His will.
Mm-hmm.
See what I'm saying? Right. So that's essentially it, sis. You know, there's always a balance. There's always a balance. You see what I'm saying? Right. And let's get some feedback from Sister Tanya. She said, I still go back with my mother, but I still go back and forth dealing with my mom. Right. So it's understandable. It's understandable, but you know, you can go to these scriptures to take solace. You can understand that it's okay. You know what I'm saying? That literally you hear people say, "Oh, she's in a better place now." Absolutely. If you physically don't have no more pain, you know what I'm saying? One of the toughest losses that I had to endure. My baby sister passed. You know, she was very young. She passed when she was 29, and you know, she was almost 10 years younger than me. She was 9 years younger than me. So that was my baby sister, right? My like, man, that was my baby. And she passed, you know, she had got liver cancer and she passed, but the time before, you know, when she was sick, it was hard. It was difficult. It was difficult to see her go through that physically. And you know, it hurt me when she passed, you know. It dealt a blow to me. Like, it took me a minute to get over that. It took me a minute to even deal with it. You know, being a man, I try to just, you know, I had to be strong for everybody else. And I had to go to the funeral with my parents there. And it's nothing like we just went over the story. It's not like losing a child. You know,
Right.
that it's awkward, right? When you go to funerals where the parents are there. You know, I done been to funerals like that from you know, homies that pass, and it's awkward, right? And you got to hear the cry of a mother that has lost her baby, you know. It's not comfortable, right? So I spent a lot of time trying to be strong and be there for everybody else. But then I went through my mourning, and then I went through my realization that it's okay because she's at rest now. She's not going through all that pain and suffering from the cancer and this and that. And Lord willing, in the regeneration, you know what I'm saying? It'll be a whole nother story. So, you know, there's always a silver lining. There's a silver lining. You know what? Sarge is saying, add him. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna put a fresh link. I'm gonna put a fresh link in the Long Beach chat, and we're gonna chop it up with Sergeant Bazak Baryah Banyanya. All right, we're gonna chop it up. Hey, Sarge, fresh link in the chat. You know what I'm saying? There's a fresh link in the Long Beach chat. In the words of Deacon, I know niggas is gonna be pausing me. This nigga talking about fresh links. Hey,
I
all
wasn't
great.
even thinking about that. You crazy,
Nah, but
bro.
look, it happens. It happens, right? It happens.
Salakia.
So yeah. But yeah, King, you know what I'm saying? I figure that's my best understanding of what to say to the sister, you know what I'm saying? I'm sure we all grieve differently, and we all got different stories about, you know, loved ones and this and that, but I like to go to Sirach 22 and 11 and 12 just as a reference, you know what I'm saying, when it comes to loss of loved ones, because it's more painful to see our people walking around dead. You know what I'm saying? I'm mourning for that every day. And like Quanion said, I look forward to the weekends to get the opportunity to go out there and do something about it, to put my brick in. You feel me? Look, we got Sarge just hit me. He said he ready. We're gonna see if he respond real quick. Yeah, you tell him.
Yeah, Sister Tanya, we just gotta look at those situations as more inspiration to keep doing what we're doing. You know what I mean? Because once we back in the kingdom, we'll never taste death again. So
Right.
that's just I battle with I got my times where I go through days where I lost a lot of friends at a young age. I got more dead homies than I am age wise. You get what I'm saying? So I understand that to a T. So there's always, you know, you got the brotherhood. You feel me? You got the Marshall Carter family. So that alone should help you, because that's what I do when I'm feeling like that. automatically get in the chat. Yazi know I tell him, hey, it's one of them days for me. We have our talk, you know what I mean? Pull them scriptures out, and it works every time.
Right.
I
Hey,
just
look.
realized I have a bigger purpose. You
All
get what I'm
praise,
saying?
right? That's right. Hey, look, through the spirit. Hold on. Let me clear the stage. Through the spirit, we got Sergeant Bazak Baria Banyani.
Shalom, man. Y'all can hear me?
Yeah, loud and clear.
Stars come.
Loud and clear.
Fun ain't calm down, bro. Shalom, what's good with y'all, man?
Man, just hey, we was just in here chopping it, man. Went over that powerful lesson, bro. You remember that one?
What was the title of it?
It was you gotta endure it all. You gotta endure through it all. It was the one where you read basically 2 Maccabees 7, the story about the woman and her kid.
Yeah, man. You know, it's one of those key principles. You gotta endure to the end. You gotta endure to the end. You know, like I was talking to Nakash earlier, you know, he said, he said, you know, the lesson was so powerful, you know, he felt some type of way about it. And I said, what would you have done? He said, man, I would have tried to kill this one and kill that one. I said, bro, then you didn't understand the message you didn't understand the message. The message was they were willing to lay down their life,
right,
than to break the law. Not kill the people trying to force them to break the law. Nah, they were willing to lay down their life. And a lot of people ain't really thinking past that. Like brothers be like, man, Bazak, man, you was on the front line at the little LA thing, and the police could have shot you in the face and everything like that. But reality was, I wanted that to happen. I wanted to die on the battlefield, because what else did I have?
Hey, that's fact, because you was talking about that on the way there. Hey, this could be the day.
Don't make it seem like a nigga telling some suicide by cope.
It was more of a pep talk. Like, hey, fellas, this could be the day.
It was just, you got to be prepared for anything.
Yeah.
And you gotta be willing to lay your life down at a moment's notice. And we've been far removed from that. And it's not our fault. It's just how we were raised. We don't want to go to jail. We don't want to die. We want to live so we could watch our kids grow. We want to, you know, we don't want to have to go to our job, but we got to go to our job to take care of our family. So we don't want to go through all these things. We want to be able to be there for our family. And at the same time, we have to recognize that some of us ain't really going to be able to have that. So it's just best to buckle down in this walk, and we got to endure through it all.
Hey, that's the title, right?
You know, I knew a brother that was so tired that he didn't want to live any longer. And I said, but brother, if you give up right now, that doesn't stop. That doesn't stop it for niggas having to still do this work.
Right.
If you give up now, all you did was just take us back, because now we don't have another brother here to put this work in. And we need everybody. It's all hands on deck.
You talked him up, Nakash.
Shalom, Nakash.
You listening in, right? All praises, King. Yeah, man. Look, sorry, that was one of them classes where during the class I was running the little switchboard, pulling up precepts and stuff. So, you know, I'm usually engaged in that. But with that class, I might have missed a couple precepts or been late on the board, man, because I was just listening, man, to the story, and it stuck with me. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, that was episode 38.
Okay.
Yeah. So, you know,
38th week. And right now we're doing the 38th week. We're doing we bringing it up 154 weeks later.
You're right. You know what I'm saying? It's been a minute, right? It's
That's
been
the
a
show
minute,
must go on, man. You know what I'm
you
saying?
know? Yeah. But yes, ours. Hey, look, I know you've been ripping and running. You know what I'm saying? Been handling, you know what I'm saying, business on a broader scale. You stay busy, but you know, you was telling me you might have a couple more cameos, right?
Salakia.
Yeah.
Gotta endure through it all, right?
Yeah.
You know, a few years back, my wife at the time, we had a difference of opinion. She left, didn't see my son for years. And that hurt because I had never gone through that before, you know, especially being a new father. That's what it was about for me. Being a father and raising up a child. On this walk specifically, you know, enduring through it all meant one day I pray I'll see him. As difficult as that would be to even imagine, because it's like, you know, you could be one of those people that was in jail for 15 years. Okay, you went in while your woman was pregnant. You come out when your child is 14, 15 years old, going on 16. You know, you don't really know the outcome, but at the same time, you've never really got to see your child grow up. You're just seeing them for the first time. Whereas you actually are there when they're born, you're there throughout the first couple of years of their life, and then they're gone. Then you still don't know what they look like growing up. You don't know their mannerisms, how they do anything. You don't know anything about them anymore. You know, I just it's just one of those things that I've had to endure for a time. And I'm thankful to the Most High that I've been able to get in communication with his mother, and we laughed on the phone. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, no matter if we have a difference of opinion, even to this day, I want to be able to have a cordial relationship with my children's mothers.
Right.
Like I said, man, I'm 40 years old this year. I didn't have a child until I was 36. You know, I came into this walk and I just wanted to embrace this walk wholeheartedly because there was nothing else for a nigga like myself.
Right.
You know, so a lot of people be like, oh, you know, you work so hard, you ain't got no bread. Nah, nigga, because, you know, riches and poverty come from the Most High, man. You know, he gave me what I got, and that's just what it is for right now. When the Most High changed that, or if the Most High changed that, then all praises. You know, I'm content with this walk, and I want y'all to know that no matter what, like the title say, man, we have to endure. We got to endure through it all, no matter what it is, whether it's you getting locked up, whether it's you being deported, whether it's your woman leaving you, whether it's your man leaving you, sisters, whether your children disagree with you, whether your parents disagree with you, it doesn't matter. Sirach 2:1. When you come to serve the Lord, prepare your soul for temptation. It is our duty to endure through it all. Now, the picture say 155, but the caption say 154.
Oh, we gotta fix that.
Yeah, yeah.
So let me
See,
fix that
but
now.
I just got here and I'm aware of this now. See what I'm saying?
Hey,
yeah. Yeah, man. Like my rib just said, man, all praises to the Most High through the bad and the good. Job said that. Job said, why am I going to curse the Most High when he does something bad to me? You know what I'm saying? Like, he's
Right.
giving me everything I've had. So I'm going to praise him when he's good to me and then curse him when he's bad to me? That's not how we living. That's not how we doing this.
Right.
You know?
Got to take the good with the bad.
Yeah, man.
Like we,
Smile with the sad. Love what you got and remember
right?
what you had.
Like we like we were saying earlier, right? You know, when you go through it, when you have to endure something, endurance, it builds patience, right?
Yeah.
And then patience, hope. So, you know, no pain, no gain, how the athletes say. But
Yeah.
yeah, that endurance builds strength, that's for sure.
Very much so. Very much so.
Yeah. But yeah, King, hey, it was a powerful show. We had the 2-hour mark, man. Floor is yours out. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, I'm not gonna hold y'all like that. Let me get Revelation 3 and 8.
Bet.
You know what?
It's ready.
Revelation
Revelation 3.
3 and 8.
All right. It's the book of Revelation, chapter 3 and verse 8. I know thy works. Behold, I have set before thee an open door.
An open door is set in front of us. Go ahead.
And no man can shut it.
And no man can shut that door. Go ahead.
For thou hast a little strength.
Uh-huh.
And hast kept my word.
This is that endurance, right? Go ahead.
And has not denied my name.
And has not denied his name. Jump down to 20, and we're gonna read from 20 to 22.
All right.
We gotta harp on that door. Go ahead.
It's the book of Revelation, chapter 3, verse 20. Behold, I stand at the door.
Uh-huh. That's what we do. We stand at the door. Go ahead.
And knock.
Uh-huh.
If any man hear my voice and open the door.
Now watch. And how shall I say? He stand at the door and knock. And if any man hear my voice, go ahead. And what?
And open the door.
And open the door. Go ahead.
I will come into him.
I will come in unto him. Now that spirit is on you because you've allowed that. Once that door was open, because when you're knocking, it's like seeking you shall find, right? So as you're knocking on that door, if any man hear his voice and open the door, he will come into us and will sup with us and he with me. Right? Keep reading. Go ahead. You was going to say something?
No. And will sup with him and he with me. Verse 21. To him that overcometh.
That's that endurance, right? Like this ain't got, I didn't pick this up because of the topic. This has been something I've wanted to speak on for a while. This just so happened to be the night where I'm off work. This just so happened to be when I'm saying it. Go ahead.
To him that overcometh.
Through the spirit. Go ahead.
Through the spirit, right? To him that overcometh will I grant to sit with me in my throne.
Go ahead.
Even as I also overcame.
Because he had to overcome temptation. You know, when Satan took him up on top of that high mountain, he said, listen, man, everything you see out there, I'll give to you if you just bow down to me. Go ahead.
Even as I also overcame and am set down with my Father in his throne.
Go ahead.
He that had an ear, let him hear what the Spirit said unto the churches.
Right. Let's get John 8 and 31. So when he's knocking at that door, he's doing it for a reason. Go ahead.
All right. It's the book of John, chapter 8, and we're going to start at 31. And it reads, Then said Yahushua to those Jews which believed on him,
because they believed on him. Read.
If ye continue in my word, then are ye my disciples indeed.
If we continue in Yahushua's word, then we are disciples indeed. Not in word, but in deed. But indeed. Get it?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Right. Verse 32. And ye shall know the truth.
And
the truth shall make you free.
And that truth is going to make you free. Because we just read about the door. He stands at the door, he knocks. If you open up the door and you let him in unto you, right? And then you just read that the truth shall make you free. Well, let's find out what the truth is. Proverbs 10 and 17.
God. This book of Proverbs, chapter 10, we're going to start at verse 17. Proverbs 10 and 17. He is in the way of life that keepeth instruction, but he that refuseth reproof erreth. So like,
hold on.
Make sure you. Oh, you said Proverbs 10, right?
Go ahead, read that again.
Con. This book of Proverbs 10 and verse 17. He is in the way of life that keepeth instruction, but he that refuseth reproof erreth.
It's like it. John 14 and 6.
Con. John 14. This is the book of John.
Yeah, he is in the way of life that keepeth instruction. So you're in the path of life when you keep instruction, just like Baruch 4 says, this is the book of the commandments of God. Those who shall keep it shall come to life, but such as leave it shall die. So we just read that, those in the way of life, you understand?
They follow the instructions.
Con.
So this book of John, chapter 14, verse 6. Yahushua said unto him, I am the way, the truth, and the life.
All right. So he is the way, he is the truth, and he is the life. Right?
No man cometh unto the Father but by me.
But by him. Let me get Proverbs 6 and 23.
All praise it, right? That's his own deck, right? Talking about that light. All right, this is the book of Proverbs, chapter 6 and verse 23. All right. For the commandment is a lamp, and the law is light. And reproofs of instructions are the way of life.
Read it again.
For the commandment is a lamp, and the law is light.
The law is light. Go ahead.
And reproofs of instructions are the way of life.
And correction is the way of life. Right?
Okay.
Let me get John 10, verse 7 through 9.
It's the book of John, chapter 10. We're going to start at verse 7. Then said Yahushua unto them again, Verily, verily, I say unto you, I am the door of the sheep.
He is the door. Read.
All that ever came before me are thieves and robbers.
All that ever came before him were thieves and robbers.
But the sheep did not hear them. Verse 10, verse 9, it's like it. I am the door. By me, if any man enter in, he shall be saved.
Go ahead, because you gotta follow Christ in order to be saved, right? Go ahead.
And shall go in and out and find pasture.
That was in the 9, right?
Yeah.
Come on. James 5 and 9.
All right. It's the book of James, chapter 5, starting at verse 9. Grudge not one against another, brethren, lest ye be condemned. Behold, the judge standeth before the door.
The judge is standing before the door. Yahweh Shai is standing before the door. He ain't gonna let you in if you holding grudges. Grudge not one against another, brethren, lest ye be condemned. Behold, the judge standeth before the door.
God, right? Some people don't even know they're being watched.
They don't even understand that. Let me get Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 9. We're gonna read 7 to 13.
Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 9. 1 second. Switch to Apocrypha. It's the book of Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 9. Where you want to start?
1 second. 7 to 13.
7. Okay. It's the book of Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 9. And we're going to start at verse 7. Thou hast chosen me to be a king of thy people and a judge of thy sons and daughters.
Thou hast chosen me to be a king of thy people and a judge of thy sons and daughters. Go ahead.
Thou hast commanded me to build a temple upon thy holy mount and an altar in the city wherein thou dwellest.
Go ahead.
A resemblance of the holy tabernacle, which thou hast prepared from the beginning. Verse 9. And wisdom was with thee, which knoweth thy works.
And wisdom was with you, which knoweth thy works. Read.
And was present when thou madest the world, and knew what was acceptable in thy sight, and right.
Go ahead.
And right in thy commandments.
Keep going.
O send her out of thy holy heavens, and from the throne of thy glory, that being present she may labor with me, that I may know what is pleasing unto thee.
Go ahead.
For she knoweth and understandeth all things, and she shall lead me soberly in my doings.
This is wisdom. Go ahead.
And preserve me in her power.
Read.
So shall my works be acceptable. And then shall I judge thy people righteously, and be worthy to sit in my father's seat.
I don't know who anybody know who's talking right here, but go ahead.
Yeah, right. For what man is he that can know the counsel of God, or who can think what the will of the Lord is?
Yeah, right? Man. You know, we have to endure to the end. This walk is not a cakewalk. It was never meant to be that. The world is easy. This is hard. You know what I'm saying? Kind of young Simba.
Right.
The world is easy. This is hard. This is difficult. Being held accountable, checking your spirit, compromising in a righteous way. And then at the same time, some things you can't win. Some battles you can't win. So you leave it to the Most High. But the one thing you don't do is ever give up. You can't give up. You're not allowed to give up.
Facts.
That's all I had, King.
Hey, powerful, right? That was a good 10, 15 minutes of nothing but bombs. Feel me? This guy. Appreciate you, though, family. Appreciate you.
No, man, it's always love, man. I might give you a difficult time, but you're always the ace. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, we there.
The water for your continued devotion to this walk and to your people and to the Most High first and foremost.
Hey, man. That's what we do. That's what we do, family. That's
what
it's about.
We appreciate it. Even if some folks won't say it, we do. Myself especially.
All praises, King.
Yeah, man.
We appreciate you, family.
Kind all praises, man.
Right.
Get that
look,
Go ahead. Uh-huh.
Hey, any plugs, any promos, any last shots?
Nah, man, you know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna let you close it out.
I mean, some people don't really want to be fly, and I don't blame them. You know what I'm saying? Listen, it ain't meant for everybody to be fly. It's the only fly they know is Marty. You know what I'm saying?
Oh man, Marty McFly.
Marty McFly.
Right.
So it's all good. If you want a wool jacket, holla at me, man. I do embroidery around here, and you got an image you want done, send me the image. Let's make it happen. Let's figure this out.
Hey, look, we're gonna put together a little promo pack one of these weeks. You know what I'm saying? Little promo video to link back up all the new products, man. Man, them jackets, boy, them jackets is a hot number right now, right?
At Fuego, man. Fuego.
Fuego. Bro, that newest one you did, I think I got a picture of it.
Yeah, that green.
I got a picture of it somewhere.
Yeah. Post that shit.
Let me see. It's in the chat, I know.
You want me to put it in the chat?
I know it's right there. You just posted it earlier.
If I can put it where it's closed
I got it already.
Okay.
Got it already. So look. I thought I had it. Hold on.
And then,
post it again real quick. Post it again real quick, because
I did.
Okay.
And let me say this as well. My wife makes some of the best tassels, not just tassels, but she got these bookmarks for your Bibles. You don't even have to use them in your Bibles. You can use them in anything, but there's tassels on the bookmarks. She got them in purple, red, green, brown, olive, any color you would like. She do it all, man. She do it all, and it's fire because it's a bookmark and it has like dividers, like little fringe dividers.
Yeah. I saw that. You brought that out. Didn't you bring some to camp?
I brought some to camp.
Yeah.
She waiting on a couple of y'all to send the bread now.
Hey, send the bread.
Send the bread.
Send the bread then. I got that fly jacket pulled up. Where did it go? Where did it go? I'm bugging, man. We saving stuff, sticking this in one place, and it gets saved in another place. But here we go. All right.
Yes,
Let me bring this up. Bring this up.
This covers up the whole back of the jacket, man.
Look, that's in the factory, right? Live shot from the factory. You feel me?
You know what I'm saying?
Got the machine in production, but look,
130,000 stitches.
Man,
you know what I'm saying? Got the swastika whacked out, got the KKK whacked out, got the Planned Parenthood whacked out, got the white Jesus whacked out.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Got the
Hey, what he say? That was provocative.
Yeah, man. Got the Grim Reaper with the sickle. You know, whacked out everything at the bottom.
Let's see. Did you put another shot in the chat?
I'm gonna put another one right now. Give me 1 second.
Yeah, because look, the design itself, it take a minute to really understand everything that's going on, and that's the beauty of it, because you got to sit there and let it marinate for a second, because it's a lot of messaging going on. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's a lot of messaging going on. All praises. I got it. That's the one. They're him. All right. This will give you a good idea of what we're talking about with some of the craftsmanship that's going into this, right? So let me switch windows and get that file pulled up. Get that new file pulled up. Give y'all a second view. Right. Here we go. You know what I'm saying? Fresh off the presses. And look, these brothers like, hey, nothing like my black and gray. And then my black and gold, right? They got all the colors, right? They got all the colors, man. This is that varsity jacket with the what is that? The kind of, I don't want to say Kelly green. What is that? Forest green with
No,
the
that's
orange.
forest. That's a
Forest
forest
green.
green, brown, and orange and white.
Yeah, that's fly. That's fly right there. Fly for sure, man. Hey, look, it's in the
Put all
works.
them things on there, man.
It's in the works, bro. It's in the works. Let's see. You got some more?
Yeah, all them shit's in there.
Some more, man. Oh, look. Oh, for sure. Let me save these pictures real quick. You know what I'm saying?
You want your camp signet on your stuff? Holla at me. You know?
Man, that blue is cold for sure too, man. I'm gonna save all these real quick, and then we're gonna run it down the carousel. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man. Even got that Ottawa Palau, man.
Bruh. Yeah, that was a cold one. I just saw that one a little while ago.
Yeah.
Saying so we got about
Holla at me.
got about 4-5 images to show you real quick. I'm just queuing them up here. All right. Bear with me. I think that's it. All right, boom. Let me open the proper file. Where we at? Boom. All right. Look at that. Talking about camp signet. Man, that's some craftsmanship. That's custom embroidery right there. How many stitches was that?
That one probably about 100,000.
Yeah, man. It's a lot of stitches, right?
Yeah.
Let's go back to another one. You know what I'm saying? Look, one of my favorites is the blue. Let me show the blue and the black together on this one. I'm talking about, one of my favorite colors is blue, but the blue with the black is cold as well. That's like the Dallas Cowboys color. But that blue, all blue, oh man.
Yeah.
Bruh. You know what I'm saying? Look what up. Hey, you got Quanion in the house. Quanion said his black and gold is tough. He said it's up there. Let's see. Let's see the black and gold. You know what I'm saying? Black and gold is tough. Can't hate. All right. Can't hate. You got it. Look at him. Look at Quanion. Look at Quanion. Fire. That black and gold is tough though. Not gonna lie. Hey, Gamal's black and gray is tough too though. Super tough.
Yeah, Gamal also got that Sakari Raider in the back too.
Right. Hey, so it's out there, man. That work is out there. You feel me? Sarge been in the lab, you know what I mean, with a pen and a pad, with a needle and thread. You feel me?
Trying to get us down labor back.
Right. All praises. Well, hey, man.
Yeah, man. Y'all have a blessed night. Check out the whole armor. That's Deacon Sakari stuff, man. Fire
Right.
fire shirts, man. Shirts and hoodies and such. Check out Urban Gorilla. That's Gorilla Hebrew. He got them fire outfits. He got some track suits as well. The print shirts. Ariala got the Hebrew Israelite Bible. Took him about 4 years to comprise that. All praise, man. Brothers is out here. We work in these situations. We work for these companies, and we just try and do our job, right? But at the end of the day, we don't really want to have to keep doing that for the rest of our lives. We rather, be able to, we rather, my girl distracted me just now. Yeah, but yeah, man, we do our best, man. So if we can provide service to Yasharallah, then Alman, and if not, it's all good still.
All
but I'm gonna
great.
tell you this much: I'ma still be fly. You know what I'm saying?
Look, they can't stop the inevitable.
You
You know
know,
what I mean?
still be fly.
Can't stop the inevitable.
I ain't gotta
Hey.
agree with it.
Hey, ain't nothing they can do with you, bro. You ruined.
You know, talk about it, man.
Yeah.
But y'all have a blessed night. You're gonna link up. The water for having me, brother. You know
All praise, man. The water for jumping on the call, man.
Yeah.
Great to have you on the line, man, to recap this powerful lesson, man, because I know it was impactful. I know it was, you know.
All praise, man. Well, Yabashim Shabaktam and Shalom Akim.
Shalom. Shalom, Mashbaka.